Just to provide some opening comments. First, I want to extend my appreciation as Mayor of the City of Thompson to all members of Council and to our administration led by Gary Cepitelli as City Manager. We are now at the point of midterm for this Council. We're 2 years in. We have 2 years remaining. And I challenge this group. We've come through some uncertain times. I think we were all a little surprised with the events of the last 2 years. I certainly, when I started this term, was not expecting some of the things that we've had to face. This council has worked hard right when we came together, and I'm very proud of the work that we've done in terms of the strategic plan, finalizing some of the guiding documents in terms of the Master Parks Plan, the Community Sustainable Plan, as well as adhering to some of the previous guiding documents, including the Aboriginal Accord. I believe it's those documents that have provided the foundation for Council to address the issues that we've been faced with. And I encourage Council to continue to focus on the plan that has been set in place. I know that there's times when we're challenged and the reaction is often one of emotion or one that is pushed by the community or certain groups within the community. We need to ensure that we remain focused on the goals we've set as a group. I believe in the next 2 years, we will have an opportunity to realize and provide real actions and results for this community related to those plans. I believe the role of Council is clear. It is policy and governance. And I caution Council that we need to ensure we provide the resources to administration, but most importantly, we ensure we allow administration to do what they are hired to do. I caution on too much day-to-day involvement of Council. I am always concerned with the issue of micromanaging. It is our role to provide the resources and step out of the way and allow administration to do their job. We need to ensure we do that. And I'm proud over the last 2 years we've been able to do that when I know the first instinct is to step in. I want to talk a little bit about some of the real challenges that I see in the next year. First, I believe we have to continue our focus on infrastructure. The challenges faced in this community, not just by the City of Thompson, but the challenges we're seeing with organizations, whether it's physical or whether it's resources, is it is time to renew and ensure we invest in the resources needed to continue. And infrastructure is the key. I believe we've made great strides. We need to continue focusing on that. However, one area that I think we have been extremely successful has been resourcing infrastructure, and I'll note that this council has available $1.5 million more annually to spend on infrastructure. That is a tremendous achievement. We've been able to do that by working in partnership at the provincial and the federal level, and I acknowledge specifically the gas tax and the role of the federal government in providing that to municipalities, but I also acknowledge the Municipal Revenue Act. That has created that opportunity to have $1.5 million more. I encourage Council to ensure that those funds are spent on real infrastructure projects that will provide the opportunity for sustainability into the future. And again, those need to be based on the plan. In saying that and recognizing that achievement, I've come to understand we now have another huge need in this community. And that is to do the same thing in terms of generating new resources with respect to our operating budget that we did in terms of infrastructure and capital. I believe the city needs to play a leadership role, not just in our own community, but really provincially in terms of identifying opportunities to increase revenues for the city of Thompson. And I will ensure, I do not believe the only way you do that is through taxation. I think the city of Thompson needs to be creative and innovative in the same way we were with respect to creating resources for capital and infrastructure in terms of operating. I also believe it's time for the city of Thompson to challenge senior levels of government to ensure adequate and appropriate resources are returned to this community. And I truly believe, and I know any mayor will likely say the same thing, but I truly believe the city of Thompson has been shortchanged in terms of the resources that come back to this community, and we only need look at the last year in terms of the impact of the change in the per capita grants that we are seeing coming to this community, whether it's for general support, VLT, or other projects. It's inappropriate, and a new funding model is necessary in the province to recognize differences in Manitoba. I want to ensure over the course of the next year, despite the challenges we have financially, we absolutely stay committed to the concept of safe operations. I think it is truly one of those things that has created a positive atmosphere for our employees and for this community to ensure that we operate in safe manners, and that, for me, that displays that we truly care about our employees and our residents. In closing, I want to highlight and speak specifically first to, again, thanking members of council for their efforts. I know this term of council has been challenging. The issues we've faced, certainly, I don't think were anticipated by most around the table. I will acknowledge I didn't think we would be facing the uncertain economic times that we are. In addition, I think we've been challenged as a group in terms of working in the interests of the city of Thompson. And I think one of the greatest benefits of municipal politics is that we all run as individuals, and we all represent different constituencies, and we do that based on our own understanding of what and how we want to do it. But I urge council, please ensure and remember that the focus has to be on the best interests of Thompson. And I will acknowledge I am concerned with the divide in this council, and I am concerned that we need to focus on the issues and not the personalities and not the emotions, because we have tremendous challenges ahead of us, and we need to ensure those are getting our full attention. In closing, I want to specifically acknowledge and thank Councillor Fenske for your efforts as Deputy Mayor. Dennis, we've worked together for a long time in many different capacities. I've always seen you as a mentor. I've always seen you in a leadership capacity, and you've never failed in terms of your approach, calm, professional, analytical, looking at the situation and bringing forward suggestions on how to always move ahead in a positive manner. I want to thank you for that, and I encourage and I hope and I know you'll continue to play that role as a councillor. So I thank you very much for your efforts over the last year. I want to move next to the next item, which is the appointment of the deputy mayor. And I wasn't going to have a whole lot of suspense this year. It's pretty simple. The person that sits immediately to the right of the mayor is the deputy mayor, and this year, Councillor Hogan, I'm very pleased that you've accepted and are going to act as our deputy mayor. I truly believe that one of our real objectives and our goals is to encourage participation at the council level. And I know that in Councillor Hogan, we have an extremely bright, intelligent, young leader in this community. And I appreciate you stepping up. And I always tell the story, when I was elected to council, I was 40 years old. And one of the first things that someone said to me was, "It's great to see someone young on council." Although I appreciated the comment, they were absolutely wrong. I wasn't young. Councillor Hogan, I appreciate the perspective, the level of interest, the integrity, the honesty you bring to the table. I look forward to working together. I look forward to what you've been able to accomplish, not just at the local level, but as a board member on FCM, presenting and putting forward the challenges, the issues that matter to Thompson at a national level. I have heard nothing but compliments from those I have spoken to with respect to the capacity you've carried out that function as a board member and the role you've played. I look forward to you continuing to do that on behalf of the City of Thompson as Deputy Mayor over the next year.